Welcome back, and today we will be talking about what is in my makeup bag and my day-to-day makeup routine. Deviating away from home decor just because this time of year I don't do much with decor, but I will have videos coming about what's in stores now, so stay tuned for that. And as I mentioned back in 2024, I am going to start exploring different types of videos. So this is the start of that. So let's jump on into the video. I will be showcasing some of my holy grail items and things that I use on a day-to-day basis. Starting with my prep. So right after washing my face, the first thing that I will do is use this moisturizing cream by CeraVe. It is the only thing that I like to use on my face, so I do use this as my prep. I use this to moisturize my face and make sure that I do not have dry skin. I would say my skin type is oily, especially in my T-zone, but I use this just to keep my face hydrated and just to make sure that it's not dry. And I do find that if you're hydrating your face, at least for me, that it does help with the oiliness. Next, I jump into sunscreen. I have been dedicating the last 2 years to ensuring that I'm using sunscreen. That is something that I did not do in the past, so I've been really bad at that in prior years, but for the last 2 years I've been sticking to it, and for the last year I can say I've been very consistent about doing this. I do use sunscreen on my face and my lips. And for my face sunscreen, I actually have two products that I like to layer. I use the stick one first, and then I go in with a spray. And the spray I do travel around with because it can be sprayed on top of makeup to do touch-ups if I'm out for long periods of time. And then on my lips, I do use the NIVEA lip balm that does have sunscreen in it. And so that's just how I prep with sunscreen. Want to make sure that you are putting sunscreen on your lips. Any lip balm that does have SPF in it will be helpful. So that's something that I've really been doing this last year. For primers, it really depends on what time of year it is and which primer I'll use. During times like this where it is quote unquote winter in California, if you can call it that, but our winter dry season, I will use this e.l.f. primer just because it's my go-to. I feel like it does help the makeup stick to my skin, and so this is a primer I'll use during winter. Whenever it is summer, I am an oily skin girl, so I want to make sure that during the summer season I am not sweating off my makeup and I'm able to even wear makeup if I absolutely have to. I try not to wear makeup during the summer, but if need be, I will be using the one size primer as it makes sure that it keeps your makeup. Then I jump right into foundation. For foundation, it also depends on the time of year. My skin complexion is interesting in the sense that I am a mix of colors. It's hard to find my right shade in a lot of different brands, but I have found my shade in NARS, and so that's been my go-to recently. I have also found my shade in other brands like Fenty, but I just stopped using Fenty over the years, not because I don't like it. I love Fenty Beauty. It's just, I just gravitated towards NARS and the way that it applies. When I like the way something applies on my skin and I like the finish of that product, I would just stick with it. And for me, NARS has been it. I have two different foundations I use from NARS, and I do layer them depending on the time of year, like I said. If we're starting off with summer, I like to use their light reflecting foundation. It is very skin-like. It can just be used by itself. I have just used it by itself, especially if I want to run a quick errand or I'm just like, hey, I just don't want to look plummy, then I will just decide to throw this on by itself. I might even do my eyebrows just a little bit, or I'll just throw that on. And it does look lovely. It makes your skin look like skin. It looks like you're not wearing makeup. So it's no makeup. If that's what you're going for, this is a great brand to use. It is a great foundation to use if that's what you're going for. The second foundation, Natural Radiant Longwear foundation. And like I said, I will layer this on top of the light reflecting Foundation, I use a little bit of the light reflecting just to give it like a little base, and I feel like it makes my skin glowy underneath. And then I will go in and put a bit, and when I say a bit, literally just like a dime size amount on the different parts of my face, and then just blend that in as well. And I love this foundation because it is full coverage, and it just, the finish on it is just lovely. I do feel like it does give like a matte finish for me, or it's just the way that I'm using it, but I do like the foundation and layering the two. If it is summertime, I do have to turn to my drugstore makeup, and that would be the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless. What I do with this is that I will put on the light reflecting from NARS. I will then put on the Maybelline Fit Me just a little bit to darken my skin, because during the summer, I do get tan, and everywhere besides my face might get darker. And so I have to adjust for that. So my neck will be darker. And so you don't want to have a light face and your neck not matching. So I will need to darken up my skin just a little bit. And the shade is perfect for that. It's been my go-to for the last like probably 10 years I've been using it. But I've used it in different ways, layering it underneath different types of foundations, because like I said, back in the day, it was hard to find my shade. Now it's a little bit easier. So this has always been my mix this with that type thing, depending on the chemist. And so I use the shade to darken up during the summer, and then I will go on top with that natural Longwear from NARS. Once again, I don't use a lot of this. I'm using a little bit of each just to kind of blend. I like to do like a small layer, portion by portion build up till I get to that final color and coverage that I'm looking for. And I found that this routine works for me. I only use the Maybelline Fit Me during the summer. So really my go-to is always the NARS Light Reflecting, and then followed by the NARS Natural Longwear foundation on top, or I'll just do the light reflecting and call it a day. I skipped over eyebrows. I actually like to do my eyebrows first. Eyebrows, I use Juvia's Place, and I just put on the lighter shade that's not black. It's like a brownish or off black color, you would call it, my eyebrows, and blend that out. To clean up my eyebrows, I use the NARS concealer and just clean it up at the bottom of my eyebrows and blend that out. And then we can go back into foundation. After foundation, I then like to put on concealer under my eyes just to brighten them. I use this e.l.f. concealer, and I'll just put I put a dab or two under each eye, blend that out up to my cheekbones. I follow up my concealer with this Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder. It's a pretty similar shade to the concealer, and I just mattify that concealer underneath my eye and just set it. I follow up with my NARS pressed powder on my entire face just to mattify my face. My face is usually dewy after all the foundations and concealer, so this just provides some matte. I feel like it's just like prepping me to start setting my face, and so I'll do that. Depending on what I'm getting ready for really depends on how I finish out my makeup. If I'm going out, I will move into contour, even eyelashes, just really depending. If it's just the everyday, like I said, just light reflecting foundation, I will usually just set that and move on. But I'm going based off of, I'm doing full glam, or at least like almost full glam, and I just want to be really dolled up just so I can showcase all of the products that I use. So after using the NARS pressed powder on my face, I will then go into contour my cheekbones. I already have high cheekbones, but like to just add in a little touch to make it really pop, and I will use this contour stick. I can use any contour stick or a bronzer to do this, so this is not like a holy grail item. I just bought this and I like it, so I've been using it. When it's finished, it's not guaranteed that this will be the contour stick that I'm using when I replenish. Next, I move into setting my face. I've been using the setting powder for a very long time, and I've tried a few different ones that I also like. So this is also not a holy grail product. It's just one that, especially like I said, I don't wear makeup all the time. And so when I do, I don't really use the most expensive setting powders for this, just because usually I'm just running an errand or I just want to look cute for the day. And this setting powder works for me and my complexion, so I have not changed it out. And I will just put this in the areas I like to set, which are underneath my eyes, along my jawline, a little bit on my forehead and my nose, anywhere that I really get oily, just wanting to set that in stone before I go in with my setting spray. Once I set my face with the powder, I do not bake too much because I found that it really makes me feel like I have a lot of like an ashy look in a sense. So I don't bake for too long. I would just say like I set it and I immediately brush it off or pat it in and then brush off the excess powder. And then I go in with my blush. This is not a holy grail blush either. This is just one that I have on hand, and so I'm using it. I'll put on my blush and then I will set my face with the Juvia's Place setting spray. This is a new setting spray that I got about 2 months ago, and I do like it. When I'm not using this setting spray, I love the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. I wanted to try out the Juvia's Place setting spray because I love a lot of it. I decided to just give Juvia's Place a try. I do like it, and I like both equally, so I'll probably just switch them out, but definitely Charlotte Tilbury is a holy grail setting spray for me. And once I've set my face, I let that sit and dry for a while. I usually like go do my hair while letting that dry. And it depends. Like I said, I do lashes when I'm really going out. That is not an everyday thing. I used to be a lash girly. I used to wear lashes every single day. I used to sit there and apply my strip lashes every day, and it brought me joy as well as eyeliner. As I got older, I just did not like doing it, and I do like the shape of my eyes, and I don't know. I just don't really like doing much eye stuff. I do have allergies too, so wearing lashes and then having watery eyes and having to worry about all that was just a lot. So I just literally like doing my entire face and then putting on mascara. When I do wear mascara, I'm usually wearing the L'Oreal mascara on screen. And that is the most that I'll do. Once my face sets, I will then go in with my One Size setting spray on top of the other setting spray that I do. This one I really only use in the summer. I use One Size as my final setting spray in the summer, and I'll spray my face at least twice before leaving, just to make sure that if I do cry, if I sweat, if anything, my makeup does not move and I will still look great. I won't have those streaks that come down your face like if you're sweating or if you're crying. And I can fully say that this stuff works. I have cried full blown in my makeup and have had my makeup just not move. I've been at my own courthouse wedding ceremony and it was like almost 90-degree weather and was sweating in my makeup. When I say I was not sweating on my face and my makeup did not move all day, I got back home and looked exactly how I did when I left. I swear by this. One Size is one of my favorite products. My final step is just setting my face with One Size if it's summer. I don't really use it in the winter unless I just feel like I'm in an environment where I know the tears will come, or I just feel like I might get a little warm. It just really depends. If I know I'm going somewhere that they'll have on the heater, I'll be in there all day and I'm wearing a long sleeve or something, I might just throw some on. Or I'll just spray a little bit just to set my face and make sure that it doesn't move. Throw on some lipstick, some lip gloss, whatever. I don't have go-tos for that. I do like e.l.f. products. I do like MAC products for lips. And with that, I hope that I shared a product that maybe new to you. Throw on some lipstick, some lip gloss, whatever. I don't have go-tos for that. I do like e.l.f. products. I do like MAC products for lips. And with that, I hope that I shared a product that may be new to you. Maybe one day I'll film a getting ready. Maybe one day I'll film a getting ready with me video. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you use any of the products down below, let me know. If there are any products that are your holy grail products that you think I should try, let me know as well. And until then, I see you in the next video.